Welcome to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're going to be with you every week during the NFL regular season, through the playoffs, and through the Super Bowl. Here we are, Week 5.
Mm-hmm.
This used to be the end of the first quarter of the season, but I don't know what to do with 17 games anym's But
very interesting week. Some pretty tough injuries for
Yeah.
a bunch of teams. So it's sad to see some of the teams, some like Tyreek Hill and Neighbors and stuff like that. So it's
also the defensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore
They
Ravens,
can't-
who was, I think, their best defensive.
Yeah,
player,
everyone, didn't seem to bother Miami in that Monday night game. The injury, but it will maybe down the road.
Sure,
It was great seeing Darren Waller. That was really nice to see. But Tyreek Hill dislocated knee, tore his ACL. Some other ligament damage. So likely out for a long time. But we just went through Week 4. We're going to be going into Week 5 here, and let's take a look back and see what happened.
Hey, what happened?
Well, what happened was we had our first tie of the season.
Yeah, wow, that was. I don't know how Cowboys fans feel about this. They were a little nervous going into the Packers game, but are they happy with the tie, or do they see some kind of hope for the season? It's just strange. A 40-40 tie, and that's a huge score.
Second highest scoring tie in NFL history. You got to go back all the way to 1964.
Wow. Okay.
Oakland Raiders, Boston Patriots, they went 43-43.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how long ago something like that
that's
has
old
been.
school football.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And also for home teams, teams with 40 or more points and no turnovers at home, up until this game here, were 300-0.
Wow.
They are now 300-0-1 thanks to the Cowboys all time.
Boy, let me tell you something. A tie really screws up your record, especially at the end of the year when you're trying to figure out how many games you need to win when you get to the playoffs. I think it affects the Packers more because I'm not sure if the Cowboys this year will be in playoff contention. They may. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. But this really impactful for both teams.
Well, Cowboys' legitimate offense, their defense is
terrible.
Yes.
Terrible.
Speaking of legitimate teams, the Bills, start of the season 4-0 for the first time since 2020. That's when they went to the AFC Championship game. The other team on the other
by the
side
way,
of that,
can I just say the Saints put up a bit of a fight there? I mean, a little surprised.
Saints aren't as bad as people think they are. They're bad. But
I'm firmly convinced that, and I've said a couple times, teams are usually not as good as you think they are, and not as bad as you think they are. So
we are starting to see that
these are
shake
professional
out, though.
players, so
And the Saints, since you brought them up, they began 0-4 for the first time since 2012.
Wow.
That was when Sean Payton was their coach, and he was suspended out for the year. Going over to the Texans, first team since the 74 Cowboys to have a losing record through the first 4 games of a season despite allowing fewer than 13 points per game.
Interesting.
That's tough to do.
Yeah. That's an accomplishment.
Yes. Vikings.
Okay.
By the way, Vikings disappointed me.
Oh,
completely.
God, I had the Vikings. You know what? I don't know if I should. I don't know if I'm ever going to do an international game again. It's just so hard when you're on a neutral field,
But the Vikings are going to be the first team to play consecutive international games.
Okay.
And also the Jaguars, the surprising Jacksonville Jaguars this year. One of 3 teams in the last 30 seasons with 3 or more takeaways and fewer than 400 total yards allowed in each of their first 4 games. They joined the 96 Packers that won the Super Bowl and the 2002 Eagles, which lost in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Really surprising team.
That was a good game.
Yes.
Jacksonville and San Francisco.
Yes.
Really good game.
Got a couple player stats, so let's find out what happened.
What happened?
Going back to the international game, we've got Aaron Rodgers to DK Metcalf, that 80-yard touchdown play, longest scrimmage score in the history of the international series.
Okay. All right.
That was an unusual one right there. TJ Watt, one of 7 players with at least 100 sacks and 8 interceptions in his career. We have Lawrence Taylor, Richard Dent, Chris Dolman, Jason Taylor, Julius Peppers, and Ricky Jackson as the other 6 players. So he's in really good company there. Jalen Hurts.
Oh, okay.
Had 0 passing yards in the second half. He became the first quarterback to win a game with 8 or more passing attempts and 0 passing yards in the second half since Jake Delhomme.
Let me tell you something.
Back with the Panthers, 2008.
I was very nervous watching that Eagles game. I just felt the momentum shift in those two big scores from Tampa Bay, and it was just a little nerve-wracking watching the end of that game. But
yeah, I took it on the chin with that one.
I didn't expect a safety on the last play, which was a good move by the Eagles special team. So.
Speaking of being knocked on the chin here, this is my other game. Jackson Dart, Giants quarterback.
Yes.
By the way, very good start for him. He looks really, really promising. I wish they had made the change sooner, but it is what
rookie
it is.
Quarterback for the Giants beats the Chargers.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Jackson Dart joins Daniel Jones as the only Giants rookie since at least 1950 with a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown in their first career start.
By the way, I won on a rushing prop by Dart. I got over 34.5 yards rushing. I think he got that in the first half. So
yes.
I was skating pretty with that one.
Dart and Jones, again, the only New York Giant rookies to win their first career start in the last 40 seasons.
Wow. Okay.
That's a long time. And Tim Tebow has to make an appearance in our show
here. Tim Tebow.
Dart is the first quarterback with a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and 50 or more rushing yards in his first career start since Tim Tebow.
Wow. Okay.
How about that one?
Yeah. By the way, I have a stat for you. I teased you before the show.
I have,
you want to do your finish up?
Let me do your
stat
to end up on.
Oh, okay. So I have a Jet stat as well. Okay, let me see if it's the same Jet stat.
Justin Fields, 43-yard touchdown run, the fourth 40 or more yard touchdown run of his career. He tied Lamar Jackson and Cordell Stewart.
Wow,
as the only quarterbacks to do that in NFL history.
Here's my Jet stat that they might make a little team history next week.
You mean penalties?
No.
They're on their way there.
No New York Jets head coach has ever started 0-5. There you go. How about that? That's a good stat.
That very well could happen pretty soon.
Yeah. So. Well, hey, you know what? That's interesting. By the way, that was courtesy of WFAN, so I'm not. I didn't do my research on that one. I just listened to the radio. So.
Well, let's talk about what happened with us.
Not good.
Hey, what happened?
Well, like I just alluded to, I took it on the chin. I went 0-3.
Yeah,
There was nothing. There was not a good weekend for me. The Vikings let me down. The Chargers let me down. By the way, one of the worst games I've ever seen Justin Herbert play.
Oh, awful.
Yes.
Terrible.
So right now
I forgot what other game, but I had Minnesota, and then I had the Washington, who was that? Washington, Atlanta. I did the under 45, and they blew by that one. So,
well, right now you are in the lead by half a game.
A half a game?
One game. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're 6-6. I am 5-7.
Okay. Oh, you said half a game. I was like,
yeah.
Did one of us have a tie?
I got
or
the tie on my head.
Did
right there,
one of
on
us
my brain right there.
like what's going on there?
But no, I went 0-3. The 0-3 knocked me into second place. Season long, you got a 1-game lead right now. It's only 4 games.
I like how I'm second place. Well, there are only 2 people in this race, but
you got to look at it that way.
All right, there you go.
Otherwise, you get that.
You're
dysfunctional
second
feeling.
place.
Yes.
You know.
But that's where we are right now. Again, we're going into week 5. We just looked back at week 4. So what we're going to be doing here is doing our picks for week 5. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. We'll be right back after this.
In a moment of need, every second counts. So first responders, delivery drivers, and visitors can find your home fast, even in the dark. This is about more than just a number. It's about safety, visibility, and peace of mind. We created a house number that is not only a beacon of safety, but also a work of art. Crafted from durable stainless steel and waterproof acrylic, with efficient, low-voltage LED backlighting, it's uniquely yours. Choose from 6 sizes, 4 fonts, and 6 colors, and match your home's mood with bright, neutral, or warm white halo lighting. Add dusk to dawn, dimming and timing controls for complete command.
Every order includes free worldwide shipping, plus a 2-year warranty on lighted numbers and all powering accessories.
This is the ultimate home upgrade, a perfect blend of style, quality, and function.
Buy yours today.
Smoked cocktails have never been easier to make thanks to our Halo Drink Smoker. Simply place the cocktail smoker on your glass, light the wood chips until they start to smoke, and then top it off with the lid to infuse your drink with a delicious, new, smoky flavor.
Hey, Dave Weischadle from Turnpike Sports. I just got my dugout mug delivered and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. Check out the mug they made for Turnpike Sports. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. I've never seen anything like them. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. DugoutMugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking.
Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024, the Audien Atom 2 series offers superior sound quality and functionality for a fraction of the price. For just $189 a pair, the Atom 2 features 4 different hearing modes for all types of hearing loss. It packs crystal clear sound, a nearly invisible design, and is even rechargeable.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids. They're so comfortable, I forget I'm wearing them. And the sound is amazing.
The Atom Pro 2 is our smallest hearing aid yet, featuring advanced background noise cancellation, and is the world's first hearing aid with built-in UV cleaning that kills 99% of bacteria.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed without seeing a doctor or having a hearing test.
Join over 500,000 happy customers today and get the hearing you deserve.
Call 1-800-457-0924 or go to audienhearing.com to get your pair of Audien hearing aids starting at just $189.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We just did our look back at Week 4 games. We're going to be looking ahead to Week 5 with our pick segment here. We do 3 games each, point spreads, totals. We don't do money lines. We use midweek lines from Caesar Sportsbook. Hopefully we do much better this week. And Caesar Sportsbook has a brand new offer for new customers. Football is back. And let me do the read right here. Football is back and Caesars is game day ready with a great offer for new customers. Place your first bet of $1 or more and instantly get 100% profit boost up to $25 max bet per boost. Register now at Caesars.com/sportsbook-n-casino with promo code PIKE20X to get that new customer offer. Terms and conditions apply, 21 and over, and gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. We're going to be going into our games of the week here. Like I said, we do 3 games each. We do against each other, early week lines, spreads, and totals. No money lines. Let's get right to it. Here is game number 1. First game of the week, and like we do every week, we talk games and not picks before we sit down to tape the show, and we have the first game again in common like we did last week.
We have a lot of games in common this season. It's
not going well for me.
Yeah.
It has not.
Yeah,
gone
how
well.
about? I'm a little worried about that.
Well, I went 0-3 last week, so I have proven I am not an expert.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, here we are, first game of the week. New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans favored by 2. There's an over-under of 41.
And we have this game in common. Hopefully it's not the same pick.
Like I just went through, yes.
Yeah, so.
Last week we had Jackson Dart starting, and I did like what I saw from Jackson Dart. As a matter of fact, we talked about him earlier in the show.
Sure.
We actually brought up Tim Tebow's name in conjunction with Jackson Dart over there.
By the way, I like the way both teams played last week. I mean, the Saints lost, but, they hung tight.
Yeah. But here we have a Giants offense. We did see Russell Wilson last week as well, but everything still seems to be a jumble on that offensive side of the ball. The defense, I think the defensive line is one of the best in football, but the defense as an overall That's not the problem. It's the offense. And now you have Malik Neighbors out for the rest of the season.
Huge loss.
Yep. And Giants, right now, 4-12 against the spread in their last 16 games. They've lost 7 straight road games.
Wow.
They're 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 games versus NFC opponents.
Okay.
Great stats. Saints aren't that much better. They're going 2-5 against the spread over their last 7. They've lost 8 straight games. But what it comes down to is that offensive weapon that's missing. And if Neighbors was in the lineup, I'd probably lean toward the Giants in this one. But I have to think without Neighbors in the lineup, the Saints are going to come marching in for a win, and they're going to cover against New York. New Orleans laying the 2.
Well, I went with New Orleans as well. I mean, and you gave out a lot of the stats that I saw, but here's also a couple more stats. The Giants have lost each of their last 10 games against NFC opponents, and the Giants have failed to cover the spread in each of their last 4 road games following a win. That's kind of big, and meanwhile, the favorites have won each of the Saints' last 10 games. So, it's trending toward the Saints, and with Malik Neighbors out, I am certainly going with the Saints at home to win and cover the spread.
All right, let's head on over to the second game of the week. Second game of the week for me, the Denver Broncos at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 3.5. There's an over-under of 43.5. Eagles are coming into this game as the NFL's only unbeaten team. They're 3-1 against the spread.
And by the way, they haven't looked really good doing it.
I was just going to say, while it hasn't been pretty at times, they've found ways to win the game.
Which is very concerning if you're an Eagles fan watching these games.
Looking at the other side of the ball, Denver, great defensive unit. Bo Nix is not having the same type of season he had last year. They are still a good team. These guys might give the Eagles some trouble. They're 2-2. They barely lost to the Chargers, barely lost to the Colts, both good teams. Denver held the Bengals to only 159 yards of offense last week. Over with the Eagles, Philadelphia ranks 7th in average points scored per game. They're 31st in passing yards. So the offense is still a question mark. And also, the weakest point of the Denver defense are the defensive backs. So maybe we'll see a flip in the way Philadelphia plays. They'll go pass first before they do run. But anyway, I think Denver is good enough and a strong enough defense where they might just do enough to cover in Philly. I'm going Denver plus 3.5.
All right, my next game is the Houston Texans, who are favored by 1.5 at the Baltimore Ravens with a total of 40.5 points. The Baltimore Ravens are just coming into this game just beat up on both offense and defense. Here's a stat I got before I saw the incredible problems that Baltimore was going to have. Baltimore has lost 4 of their last 5 games as favorites, and they're not even favorites in this one. And the Texans have covered the spread in each of their last 6 Week 5 games, while the Ravens have failed to cover the spread in 8 of their last 10 Week 5 games as favorites. And again, they're not favorites. So I think this may be Houston's week. I mean, just because Baltimore is so vulnerable, I like the Texans, and this is maybe their get-right week against the very, very banged-up Baltimore Ravens.
All right, let's head on over to the last game of the week. Last game of the week for me, the Tennessee Titans at the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona's favored by 7.5 points. There's an over-under of 41.5. Tennessee comes into the game. They're 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 games. They're 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 games versus NFC opponents. They've been outscored 120-51 over the first 4 weeks. Cam Ward has had a very difficult time. This is not a stat you want to be leading the league in. He leads the league in being sacked. He has 17 sacks on the season. They got to straighten out that offensive line. Cardinals come in. They've lost 2 straight games on last-second field goals and against division opponents.
They just can't get over that hump. They play everything close, and they just don't have enough to get it over the finish line.
Well, I think they may have it here.
Oh,
Cardinals
nice.
defense ranks 5th in scoring. That's an interesting stat. I haven't seen
yeah.
Cardinals defense playing this well. Cardinals are 5th in scoring. They're scoring 18.5 points a game per game allowed. So they are now 5th in scoring defense. They are that high up there. 9th highest sack rate in the NFL. Perfect remedy for getting more sacks going up in the list here. After coming off those 2 divisional losses, they got a mini bye from their last game. This could actually be the game that rights the Cardinals ship. I don't think they're going to worry about a last-second field goal in this game. I would hope they don't have to worry about a last-second field goal in this game. Arizona laying the 7.5.
All right, my last game are the Washington Commanders at the Los Angeles Chargers, who are favored by 3 points with an over-under of 48. Chargers are coming off a very ugly defeat against the New York Giants, and the Commanders have injury issues. I'm looking for the Chargers to make a statement in this game since they're playing at home, and they just have a bad taste in their mouth after last week. The Commanders have lost each of their last 7 October games against AFC West opponents and have failed to cover 7 of their last 8 October games as underdogs against AFC opponents. I mean, they just don't do well in October against the AFC. Meanwhile, the favorites have covered the spread in 8 of the Chargers' last 9 games at SoFi Stadium. I think it's so important that the Los Angeles Chargers are home this week, and I think that's what's going to make for a big rebound for the Chargers. So I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers.
Okay, those are our 3 games of the week. We've been using Caesar's midweek lines here, so please check the lines before you place any bets. We'll be right back to do our recap and close out the show. Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show back after this.
Sign up at jackpot.com and you can bet on the world's best lotteries where the biggest jackpots are up for grabs. Powerball, Mega Millions, some of the biggest lotteries can be found at jackpot.com. Simply choose your lotto game, pick your numbers, or use their quick pick feature, and you're done. Sign up at jackpot.com with code DRAW24 and get a free lottery ticket with your first deposit. Jackpot.com, it's the world of lotto in your hand.
Terms and conditions apply. You must be at least 18 years old and in the United States to play. Void where prohibited. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Show. Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We just did our Week 5 picks. Prior to that, we did our Week 4 look back, so we're now looking at Week 5. We use Caesar's midweek lines, so please check the lines before you place a bet. And as always, we do points and totals. We don't do money lines for the show here. So why don't we recap for everybody? Go ahead, Dave.
I'm taking the New Orleans Saints and laying the 2 points against the New York Giants. I'm taking the favored Houston Texans and laying the 1.5 points against a really beat-up Baltimore Ravens team. And I'm taking a Los Angeles Chargers bounce-back week, so I'm laying the 3 points against the Washington Commanders.
Well, I'm going with New Orleans as well and laying the 2. I'm going with the underdog Denver Broncos plus 3.5 against the Philadelphia Eagles. And I am going with Arizona laying the 7.5 against Tennessee. Like I said, those are our picks for Week 5. We use Caesar Sportsbook midweek lines. So, again, check the lines before you place a bet. They will change. They may change. Some will, some won't. You never know. But always, bet with your head, not with your heart.
Yeah, and when are you going to stop betting against the Eagles? 2 weeks in a row, you're betting against the Eagles.
You should be happy.
You're not going to jinx them because
no, I'm jinxing myself.
You're jinxing yourself.
Yes.
So, okay.
I just like Denver.
All right, that's good. That's fine.
Yeah. So, please check the lines and leave me alone. As always, you can also comment on our picks.
Yes.
Info at turnpikesportsradio.com.
Ask Doug why he always bets against the Eagles.
Turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. The full print version of our picks will be there. Go ahead and comment there. Info at turnpikesportsradio.com is our email address. Twitter, X, whatever the creature's name is. Turnpike Sports, Turnpike Bets, we're there. Facebook, Turnpike Sports, and also on Instagram, Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle there as well.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike. Good luck, everyone.